Welcome back to my channel English Harbinger. In the previous video we have seen about John Dryden's An Essay of Dramatic Poesy. That too we haven't concluded it. That continuation I'm going to complete here. Okay, that is only I'm going to do here. Because already in the previous video we have seen about the discussion, the three people's, the conversation. Already we have seen that this particular essay is in the form of a dialogue, dramatic dialogue, and dialogue has been taken place among four characters, and the three characters were discussed clear. Their topics, their what conversation was discussed clear in the previous video. In this video particularly I am going to explain about Neander's conversation, the very important conversation of the essay. That is only I am going to discuss now. Yes. Here Neander represents John Dryden himself. This is an important aspect. Neander represents John Dryden himself. John Dryden has given his own views in the character of Neander. Okay. And what did he convey? Let us see that. Neander favors the moderns, but at the same time he didn't criticize and he didn't disparage the ancients. He favors English drama. At the same time, he has some critical things to say of French drama. Keep this in mind. He favors moderns. First point, he favors moderns but does not disparage the ancients. Next, he favors English drama and has some critical things to say of French drama. He conveys that French poesy, see here, French poesy is much beautiful. It is perfect everywhere. Okay, but he criticizes that the beauty of the French poesy is just the beauty of a statue, not of a man. Okay, do you understand? He conveys that the beauty of the French poesy, it is so perfect. It is just like the beauty of a statue. It is not the beauty of a man. This is the concept of Neander. This should be kept in mind always. Next, he defends tragic comedy. Already some character, they criticizes the concept of what? The tragic comedy. They says that what? They convey that English the classical period, they supported tragic comedy, but they criticizes that. Here he just defended the concept tragic comedy. Okay. So these are the things very important. First one, he favors moderns, but at the same time does not disparage the ancients. He favors English drama and has some critical aspects about the French drama. That is this one. Just now we have seen the French poesy is much beautiful. It is so perfect, but the beauty is just like the beauty of a statue, not the beauty of a human. Okay, that we have seen already. Next one, he defends tragic comedy. And he criticizes French drama essentially for its smallness. See here, he criticizes French drama. Why did he criticize in the sense? Because of its smallness. It is too small. The French drama is too small. That's why he criticizes. And he criticizes that the French drama has only one plot. It does not have the subplots. And it shows too little action. And its servile observations of the unities, depth of plot, narrowness of imagination. All these things he criticizes of French drama. There is no unities expressed. There is what a plot is, depth. There is what only one plot. There is no subplot. Next, the narrowness of imagination. Okay, all these things he criticized about the French drama. And he conveys that the French drama is always inferior to English drama. He conveys, this is too important, he conveys that French drama is always inferior to English drama. And he gives a comparison. Okay, he stresses that the French drama is inferior to English drama. That means what? The English drama is superior. So to give stress on that, he gives a comparison. He gives a comparison here. Whom and whom he compares, in the sense he compares Shakespeare and Ben Jonson. Okay, keep this in mind. Ben Jonson for French drama and Shakespeare for English drama. Okay, how did he compare? See here, Shakespeare had the largest and most comprehensive soul, while Jonson was the most learned and judicious writer which any theatre ever had. This is the wordings of Neander. Okay, keep this wording in mind. If possible, or take a note of that. Once again, I repeat that sentence. See, Shakespeare had the largest and most comprehensive soul, while Jonson represents Ben Jonson. Okay, Jonson was the most learned and judicious writer which any theatre ever had. Okay, ultimately Neander prefers Shakespeare for his greater scope, his greater faithfulness to life, as compared to Jonson's relatively small scope and French or classical tendency to the deal in the beauties of a statue but not of a man. See here, he just compares. He just gives that what he compares Shakespeare. You just keep this alone in mind. He just stresses that Shakespeare is just like a library, just like a dictionary, and this person is just a small hint. That's all. Okay, so he's always superior. Shakespeare is always superior. Ben Jonson, he just follows him. Okay, likewise he compares, by comparing these two characters, he compares French drama as well as the English drama. He conveys that English drama is always superior, French drama is always inferior. This is the concept of Neander. Okay, so already I have stressed that what are the important aspects Neander speaks in this conversation. First one, he supports moderns, but at the same time he didn't disparage the ancients. Next one, he criticizes the French drama. At the same time, he supported the classical drama, okay, English drama. He criticizes the French poesy, that the beauty of the French poesy is just like the beauty of a statue, not like the human. Okay, this is the second comment he has given. Next one, he conveys that French drama is too small. Okay, it is it does not have subplots. It has only one plot. The imagination is not elaborate. It is so small, very narrow. Okay, the imagination of French drama is too narrow. All these are he criticized about the French drama. Okay, he criticizes that French drama is always inferior to the English classical drama. Okay, for that he compares two people. He conveys that he compares who and who, means for English he talks about Shakespeare, and next he compares him with Ben Jonson. Okay, and that also should be kept in mind. These are the important aspects of the conversation of Neander. And another one important question is what Neander represents John Dryden himself. Okay, and next one, Critus already objects rhyme in place. Okay, that already we have seen that Critus, he objects rhyme in place. Okay, rhyme in the sense it should not be used in place like this. Crites criticized. Okay, but here he supported, Neander supported that technique. what is that, rhyme can be used in the dramas also, plays also. Likewise he supported. Okay, and also he supported the tragic comedy concept also. He already criticized what he spoke against the tragic comedy concept. For that he replied that the tragic comedy is also accepted. Okay, he supported tragic comedy as well as he supported the rhyme in plays. So once again I just gives the summary, okay, of the Neander's conversation. Listen carefully and take a note of that. First, he favors the moderns, at the same time he respects the ancients. First point, he favors the moderns, at the same time he respects the ancients. Next, he favors rhyme, okay, in the dramas. He favors rhyme in dramas. At the same time he favors the concept of tragic comedy also. Okay, and he criticizes the French drama. Okay, and French poesy. He conveys that it is too small. The French drama is too small. It does not has subplots. It has only one plot. Okay, its imagination is too narrow. That's why he criticizes the French drama, and he supported the English drama. And he conveys that French drama is always inferior to the ancient drama. And he compares Shakespeare and Ben Jonson. That also already I have stressed. Okay, that's all. He supported rhymes in drama, as well as he supported the concept of tragic comedy also. That's all. John Dryden's An Essay of Dramatic Poesy is over. Most probably that entire concept is analyzed clearly. Okay, so if you want, you may see that previous video also. Okay, if you compare both and if you watch both together, you will get that exact idea of that essay. Okay, now let me convey, okay, let me express some previous year question papers. Okay, analysis. Let me analyze. Okay, just analyze the previous year question paper. Okay, previous year in the sense not only that previous 2017 and 2019 year question papers. Okay, and certain previous year question papers I have analyzed, and I found that nearly every year some questions were asked. Okay, every year 1 or 2 questions were asked from this particular essay. That is truth. Okay, and also the questions, if you have watched that entire video, in the sense you can easily answer those questions. You yourself can answer. Okay, and also I have given some other question and answers also I have discussed here. Okay, from that particular essay also I have given here. Okay, let us see that. First let us see the question paper analysis. Next we can see some other general question and answers from this particular essay. Thank you. Yes, now let us discuss the previous year question papers. Okay, previously from 2002, let me discuss. Okay, from 2002 to 2019, nearly 6 questions were asked. Okay, and especially in the year of 2015, 2 questions were asked. Okay, and 2002, what was the question asked in the sense? Listen, the essay of dramatic poesy is in the form of a dash. The answer is a dialogue, dramatic dialogue. So this was the question asked in the year 2002 and also the same question was asked in the year 2015 also. I stressed already that in the year of 2015 question paper there were 2 questions asked. One question was this one. Okay, so keep this in mind. In the year 2002 and 2015 a same question was asked. What was the question? The question is that essay of dramatic poesy is in the form of dash, form of a dialogue. Okay, next in the year 2013 there was a question asked. What was that in the sense? What does the name Neander mean? What does the name Neander mean? Okay, the meaning of the name Neander. Neander, already we have seen that Neander represents John Dryden. But here what is the question? What does the name Neander mean? Neander, the meaning of the term Neander, what is that? That was the question asked. And keep this in mind, the meaning of the term Neander. Okay, meaning of the name Neander is new man. Okay, new man. New man. Next one. In the year 2015, one question already we have discussed. Another question is, Dryden admires dash, but he loves Shakespeare. Already we have seen he talks about two persons, right? And that is only the question is about. Dryden admires dash, but he loves Shakespeare. Do you get the answer? Yes, the answer is Ben Jonson. So Dryden admires Ben Jonson, but he loves Shakespeare. Okay. Next, in the year of 2017, those ancients have been faithful imitators and wise observers of that nature. Okay, a statement of somebody is given. You have to find out whose statement is that. The 4 people conversation we have seen already, right? Among those 4 people's conversation, a particular statement is given here. Whose statement is that? That should be found out. Once again, repeat the question. Those ancients have been faithful imitators and wise observers of that nature. Whose statement is that? Could you find out the answer? Right. The answer is Crates. Answer is Crates. Which of next 2019 question? Okay. Which of the following is not a part of the discourse on dramatic poesy? Okay, dramatic poesy. There were some characters given, and there were a set of character list given. You have to find out which was not in that discourse. It's too easy only. It was asked in the year 2019 question paper. Okay, I'll be giving you the gist of that. You find out which was not in the discourse. Okay, first one, Crates, Lycidias, Neander, Eugenius. First set. Okay, first set is Crates, Lycidias, Neander, Eugenius. Next set, Corneille, Racine, Beaumont, Fletcher. Corneille, Racine, Beaumont, Fletcher. Could you find out now? Which was not in the list? Yes. The answer is Corneille, Racine, Beaumont, Fletcher. Okay. Okay. So, from this we can understand that from this particular topic itself, every year there were some questions asked. At least a single question is asked. Okay. So already we have seen this essay elaborately and we have discussed that question papers also. Okay. Now, you try yourself. Okay. You yourself. Try yourself. We have already heard this. How to prepare for the examination. That is too important. Okay. Just listening to the audios, listening to the video, observing the video is not enough. And also simply reading out the topics are also not enough. How can we prepare ourselves best in the sense whenever we are busy we can hear this sort of audios. Okay, and after observing the audios, taking note of that is too much important. Okay, take a note of that, as well as you yourself frame some questions, you yourself find the answers for that is a very important technique, learning technique. This will definitely support you, and this sort of question paper setting and answering will definitely help you during the time of revision. Okay, so this is a proper method. So after observing each and every audios, you take a note of that. At least you just take that 1 marks alone. Okay, what are the important aspects? First one, for example, this dialogue, this particular essay in the form of a dramatic dialogue. Okay, this essay is written by John Dryden. And what else can be given? John Dryden was called father of English literary criticism. John Dryden was called the father of English literary criticism. And who called Johnson the father of English criticism? That was Dr. Johnson. Okay, Dr. Johnson. So some questions I have given you, just like that, you just take a note of that. Okay, and a few questions whatever I have given you, all those are very important questions. This particular essay was written by John Dryden, and John Dryden was called the father of English literary criticism. Okay, and Dr. Johnson called Dryden father of English literary criticism. Next one, this dialogue is in the form of a dramatic dialogue. Okay, and there were 4 characters, okay, discussed here. The 4 characters are Crates, Lycidius, Eugenius, and Neander. Neander represents John Dryden himself. Okay, Eugenius, the name Eugenius means well-born, the name Neander means new man. Okay, likewise many 1 marks were given. Okay, you just take a note of that. Okay, it will be definitely helpful for you. Okay, and this particular essay was written in the year of 1668. Okay, it was written in the year 1666, but it was first published in the year 1668. Keep this in mind. This particular essay was written in the year 1666, but it was published in the year 1668. Okay, likewise many important 1 marks can be taken from that. And Neander supports favors rhyme in the plays, and he supports a tragic comedy. All these are important aspects. Okay, so likewise you prepare a note of that, and you keep that with you always, and that will be definitely helpful during the time of revision. Okay, and thank you. Keep watching my channel, subscribe my channel, and support me. Thank you so much.